Devante Adams wants the biggest check a wide receiver could ever receive. The Packers say no, and they franchise tag him. Let's talk about it. I am Cole Johnson of Cole Sports, and this is On the Daily, where we give you fresh hot takes on the daily. See how that works? Of course, as always, like this video, share this video, and subscribe. Hit that subscription button, hit that notification bell to get all content that comes from here. This is Thursday. So Thursday, we normally tackle a topic where we have to collect ourselves for a second and think about it. So earlier this week, Aaron Rodgers decides to resign with the Packers, and he now is the owner and operator of the largest contract in the history of the NFL. Part of the reason why he decided to stay with the Packers was because of number 17, number one wide receiver extraordinaire, Devante Adams. Now, he's proven that he is at worst a top 5 wide receiver. There is not even a debate about that. Some say he's the best. I wouldn't even argue with that either. But a funny thing has happened along the way to being one of the best receivers in the league. So the Packers wanted to re-sign him last year. Devante was like, no, what you're offering is not enough. I want to have more money. And we will talk about this in the offseason. So now they have talked about in the offseason. Devante wants one deal. The Packers want another deal. The twain didn't even come close to meeting. So they decided to franchise tag him. Devante's like, oh no, I ain't playing franchise tagged. So that just got me to thinking and chill.
We gotta pause that.
So here's where we are in this dilemma. You have the Packers on one side who just re-signed and extended Aaron Rodgers, and they did so, I'm sure, with the assurances that Devante Adams will be the number one and main target to whom Rodgers will throw. Because if Adams was on his way out the door, I think Rodgers also would be on his way out the door. Because let us be quite blunt. I could say, for the exception of Jordy Nelson, but I'll even include him. He has not had a receiver as talented, Rodgers, as Adams. So now he is in is in his prime. He already commands a $20 million per year number. But he wants more because he believes he's the best receiver. And over the last 4 seasons, he's has the most receptions. He has the most yards. He has the most touchdowns. I believe the receptions is 432. I believe the yards is around 5,700. And I believe it's like 75 touchdowns within that 4-year stretch. So now he goes into the Packers boardroom saying, well, I am putting forth the numbers. At least in the last 4 years, it proves I am. And from the numbers, it shows that I am the best receiver in the NFL. And I should be paid like one. I think that's a simple request, but it's one the Packers will not honor, I don't think, because they just signed Rodgers. Now, you could say, well, Rodgers signed a cap-friendly, at least for this year, type of deal so that they could re-sign Adams. But when two sides want two different things, you're going to get two different results, and you might have two different results for a while. Now, the Packers have franchise tagged Adams. That simply means whatever the deal is for the next year in 2022, before I believe it is November, meaning he has to actually set foot on the field before November, Devante Adams would be owed $22 million, I believe, from the Packers, because If your franchise tag, no matter the position, you are going to be owed by the team you play for the average of the top 5 salaries in the NFL. So I believe of the top 5 salaries, 3 of them are around 20 million. One is at 22 million, and one is at 27.5 million. So it averages out to about 22, maybe even 23 million. About that, right? I believe the Packers really don't want to pay that. I think they want to pay him a little under that. But the franchise tag will force them to pay a little more than they want. Adams wants the deal that DeAndre Hopkins has, which at present he gets paid $27.5 million a year. Now, this is what I believe Adams is coming into the Packers boardroom saying. All right, I put forth these numbers. Last 4 years, no other receiver has put more numbers up than me. I'm not hurt all the time. I'm producing on the field. In fact, I have now given the franchise quarterback at present a huge contract because he wants to play with me. So because of that, I want to play long term because I love being in Green Bay. I love the fandom. I love how the team treats me. I love the coaching staff. I most especially love Aaron, both Jones and Rodgers. So here's the deal. I want 5 years. I want $150 million. I'm not saying this is what he is saying. I'm just picturing how the negotiations are going. And I can believe he would say something like that. He'd probably say, you look out in the desert, you got DeAndre Hopkins. He's earning 27.5 million. I believe I'm worth at least that, if not more. And I'm going to start at 30. The Packers, on the other hand, they're probably going to say, 30 per? Nah. The franchise tag number is saying that we probably have to come up with what we want to pay you because we actually wanted to keep the number at 20, maybe rise it to about 21, 21 and a half. But it looks like with this franchise tag, we're going to have at least pay you 22, maybe even 23. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to slide. We like the years. 5 years is fine. I think we want to pay you 120 instead of the 150 million you want. And that'll be about 24 million per. That'll be your number, right? And then we get to the guarantees. I believe Adams wants a guarantee of between 70 and 90 million. I wholeheartedly believe that. He wants that guarantee, and I think he would risk to walk if he doesn't get that. The Packers, I think they would probably want to give him a guarantee between, I'd say, maybe 45 and 65 million, like in that neighborhood. So to quickly review, in my estimation, I'm not saying this is what has been reported. I'm saying this is what I feel is why they are far off, because Devante Adams has come in with a demand that he wants to be the highest paid wide receiver in the NFL today. I really believe Devante wants to come in with or already has come in with the deal of wanting to have 5 years, $150 million, with about a signing bonus between 70 and 90 million. And the Packers have countered by saying, we probably want to pay you 5 years. We agree with the length of the years, but we want to pay you 5 years. We want to give you 120 million. And we'll probably be willing to give you between 45 and 65 million in guaranteed money. So in contract talk, that is a little bit of a chasm. That's a little bit far off. And now is the game that you play, the waiting and the playing game of seeing if which side is going to budge first, which side is going to come down first, or which side is going to come down harder. So now I think we're in the bartering session. We're in the bartering stage. And I think what helps out Adams is that this year the Packers will have to pay at least 22 million to him, maybe even more than that. Going forward, they know they would have to pay him more. And I know in the back of the Packers' mind, they're saying, well, he's 29 now. Next offseason, he'll be 30. his decline is going to come at some point. It definitely is going to come with this contract at some point in time. How are we going to manage this? How can we be fiscally solvent and reward this talent the right amount of money at the same time? In order to keep Adams on the field, I really believe the Packers will have to inch closer to what Adams wants, because I'm sure there's a team willing to pay him close to the 5-year, $150 million, $70 to $90 million guaranteed contract. I'm sure there's a team out there who would want to slide that type of contract in his face. The question would be what team, but I'm sure there are teams out there who would want to do that. And I'm sure that he will entertain those offers. He would have entertained those offers if the Packers did not franchise tag him. And here is where the fly in the ointment comes into play. So the Packers franchise tag Adams. Adams, the best way I can put it is this way. Adams, when he heard that he was franchise tagged, said, "No!" And now he's saying that he will not play under a franchise tag. Under no circumstances, no ifs, ands, or buts, will he play under a franchise tag. That is what he is saying. Now, this could end up as badly as, I believe it was a 2019 season. 2018 season, sorry. When Le'Veon Bell was franchise tagged, I believe, a second straight year. And he decided the second straight year that he wasn't going to play, that he was going to hold out, and he's going to sign for more money from another team because he felt in his heart that he was a hybrid wide receiver / running back. And because he was able to give you 1,300 yards on the ground and give you between 75 and 95 catches out the backfield, that he should be paid just a little bit more than the average running back. Well, the Steelers called his bluff. They chopped him off. He had to sign for a lot less than he was going to command for the Steelers with the Jets. And he has been on 3 teams since then. So it's a dice. It's a roll of the dice. It's a gamble for Adams to say, I trust my talent that somebody's going to pay me commensurate to what I believe I am owed. I believe the Packers want to pay him. I just don't believe they want to pay him the number that Adams is demanding. So then the question would be, what's the number Adams really wants to sign for to stay a Packer? We'll find that out in the coming weeks and months. But as of this moment, Devante Adams is basically saying to the Packers deal, chill.
We gotta pause that.
Now that's my take on things. What's yours? I want to hear what you have to say. Like this video and share it all throughout your social media community. Easy for me to say. Comment below because I want to hear what you have to say. And don't forget, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell to get any and all content that emanates from here, whether it's 2-minute warning and another thing, the mothership itself, or on the daily. And speaking of On the Daily, that's all the time I have for this episode of On the Daily. I hope you enjoyed it just like I did. I enjoy you, VIP. And for all of us here at Cole Sports, I'm Cole Johnson, here to say that this is yet another installment of Cole Sports on the visual and on the daily. See you tomorrow.